So this week we're going to write a book in a week, which actually means I have to write in a few hours. Let's go. Hey, it's Matt. This week in our quest for more life, we're going to write a book. It's Monday. It's going to be out by Sunday at the latest. That means it's going to go to editing. It's going to go to, I need to get some sketches done. It's going to go to formatting. It's going to get submitted to Amazon as well. I need to get some ISBN numbers. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to get moving. That means the writing needs to be done up front. Here's what I have so far. I have an idea, I have a theme. Actually, I have a lot of ideas twirling around in my head. I just need to organize them on paper and then get writing. So the way we're going to approach this is create a little bit of structure first, front load all the structure so that then I can just take action. So we're going to start from really understanding what's the book about, what's the, I call it A to B, so the journey I'm going to take the reader on, and then what are all the steps I need to hit in order to get there. That's what I did with my first book. Boom. There's a couple of reasons why I decided to do this thing and write another book, but this time in a week, but most importantly before the end of the year, before the end of 2019. So reason number one is I like to break the 4-minute mile, both for myself and for other people, and show, hey, maybe you've been wanting to write a book or publish a book, or have a book out, have a book in your bookshelf for years, and in your mind it's very complicated, you haven't done it. Well, I want to show you and show myself that actually it can be done in a few days, with the help of a few other people, it can be done in a few days. And so I want to break the 4-minute mile and show what's possible to me and to you as well. And then reason number two is actually that it's fun. I have a few other things to get done by the end of the year, but actually I like to gamify things and take on challenges that I don't really have to take on. I just find that fun. And then number three is the fact that a year ago, at the end of 2018, I wrote a contract with myself for the year. I do that every year. And in the contract, I put 3 points that will make me think and act in a radically different way so that I can get different results and become a different person. And I print the contract, sign it, and add a check, pre-signed check in a stamped envelope, and I give it to a friend of mine, a couple of friends actually, Frank and Soph, my custodians for this year. And I tell them, look, if I don't hit these 3 points, all you have to do is mail the check. And so I'm going to support an organization I don't like. So that's why I'm doing it. 3 reasons. It's in the contract, it's fun, and I want to break the 4-minute mile and see what's possible. Let's do it, fam.
I decided to write about the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle, which essentially says that most of your results come from a minority of effort. Most of your outputs come from a minority of inputs. And I've used this in many areas of life, and I know this is observable in many things in nature and life. And so I wanted to take the reader from A to B, from having to kind of roll the dice and do everything, to actually knowing what gives you disproportionate results. So the first thing that I did is what you can see now. I am sketching the reader's journey, which is, where do I want to take them from doing everything to knowing what works? Okay, what are the steps in between? And that was really the first thing for me.
The topic is the 80-20 rule, or Pareto distribution. And so I've chosen a topic that I can explain and make it very actionable in a very short book that can be explained with sketches as well. That will help a lot, make it visual. But also I noticed on Amazon, as I was going through the most well-known book in this topic, and so many reviews say, well, it doesn't follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of the book is useless. And that made me think, hey, let's just write the 20% for the 80-20 rule, make it fun, make it actionable, make it easy. Gets all these comments saying extraordinarily redundant, like, we write 250 pages, 95% of the points of the book come from 5% of its words. I love that, It's like, no books on the subject yet. Who would write a 250-page and something that could be explained in 3 minutes? So that's exactly what I want to do. And another one says, Jake, at least it proves its principle. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. So the book will have a bit of a word format. Essentially, 20 pages will be written text and 80 pages will be sketches or blank pages to show you that actually you need to focus on the 20% to get results, to get a great book, an actionable book that gives you impact. And I've used the 80-20 rule, Pareto principle, in many aspects of my life. We'll dive into that later in the video. You can also read the book. There are 2 books I'm also, or maybe 3 books I'm inspired by. Two authors. One is Neville Medora. This book will teach you how to write better. And it's a very short book. It's also the book I have bought and gifted most. Also, the other two are by Austin Kleon. He's one of my favorite authors. And actually, one of his quotes is, I write the books I need to read. And I felt like that when I wrote Investor Time. And so this is inspired by his books. Of course, like, his books are incredible, but still, one can aspire. And I really like the fact that he uses different mediums. He uses the written word, and then he uses text, but he uses a few images and sketches. I really, really, really like that. What is up? We have the outline. Here it is. Here it is as well. So I'm going to start with an intro to the principle. I'm going to tell you more about it after I've written about it, history, application examples, why it's important to you, how to apply it, then a lot of examples and how to take action for the examples, then how to use that to get an unfair advantage in your life, in your business, in your activities, to experience more life. All right, so here's a little bit of an update. We've got the reader's journey. I've sent some research to do to Ocean, my amazing BA. I kind of have a target, which is, 100 pages. That's about 5,000 words for 20 pages plus 80 pages of sketches and thoughts. And then I had a look at research I need to do. So we're going to do research around the 80-20 rule. So I'm going to contact Ocean.
Hey guys, it's Ocean here. I am helping Matt out with some research for his latest book, which is very exciting.
I'm going through a few articles on Pareto distribution. This is not new stuff. I use it a lot. I use the 80-20 principle almost every day in my life. However, I want to get some practical applications and examples and studies that I can add to the book. Alright, so we have a comment from the amazing Ocean. She's asking me about what do I need by nature. Amazing, I already replied, let's go. It's cool that I can leverage all sorts of time zones. The best thing is that Chris, the editor and support, he's in the US. So we gain a few hours. That's great. I can write and then send it to him, and then he sends it to me and I wake up and it's ready. So that's amazing, let's leverage that.
Hey Matt, it's Chris. It's cold and snowy outside, but nice and warm here inside. I'm working on the book. I think we've got another great one. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you soon.
What's up? So, it's just past 1 a.m. and we have a draft of the book on day 1. So this is ahead of schedule, which is amazing. I've just sent it to Chris, and for him, it's still like early evening, so he's based in the US, so we should get a revised draft tomorrow, and then I'm also going to read it and actually see what I think of the thing. I've started a few of the sketches, and so tomorrow, Tuesday, is actually going to be illustration day. Then I need to do some of the editing, and then I'm going to start commissioning the book cover, and then I've got a few more things to do. Actually, I have a list. Let's have a quick look. The subtitle, title, book size, categories, call Amazon, yeah, write a few things about the actual experience and finish up the vlog. Sounds good. Let's go do it. It's been a really good day. It's been a really good day one. I guess the vlog from today, the footage from today is going to make up 80% of the final vlog. Let's see. What is up? So welcome to day 2. Yesterday I was able to draft the entire text part of the book. The book is on the 80-20 principle. But essentially I decided to structure the book 20% text, 80% drawings. So I sent the text, the draft yesterday to Chris. He's based in the US, so even though I sent to them at night, he was a few hours behind, and thanks to time zones. And when I woke up this morning, I had the edits in my inbox. So today it's all about going through those edits, commissioning the cover, sketching and commissioning the cover, and then drawing all the illustrations for the rest of the book. Let's do it.
Okay, in the meantime, we got the illustrations, the first cover file for the book. Let's have a look. Yes!
What is up? It's day number 3. We've got the OK go from Chris, the editor. The book is written, the illustrations are done, and the book is currently with the formatting person and the cover guy. I also started to set up the book within Amazon KDP in the dashboard. So we're very close. I only have a little bit of admin left. Register the ISBN registration code, find the right categories and call Amazon, and then just tell a few people when the book is out, and that'll be it. So I wrote the book in a day, and it's going to be out. It's going to be published in a week. Let's do this. I'm also really, really happy with how the book turned out, and also was able to express one of the important principles that I apply to my own life.
So the manuscript is here. Let's have a look. Looks good. I left a few notes for the person to go through. Wow. Alright, so I'm just uploading it to Amazon now. This is like Amazon's portal. Yes! Okay, waiting for Amazon to approve it now. It's in the dashboard. Yeah, it's just in review, waiting for Amazon.
A final visit to enhance the vision of Hubble into the deepest grandeur of our universe.
So I'm now on the phone with Amazon to see if we can speed up the process of getting the book approved, especially because the cover file wasn't the right size.
Hey, what's up? I want to share a little bit of the backstory. So, you know, with the first book, Invest Your Time, I wanted to get best-selling status on Amazon. I did. Got an international deal. With this book, it was more like fun and but more of a personal challenge, and also wanted to share an important topic for me. But I started taking it very seriously, and so there were a couple of days where I was like, do this, do that. Whereas, you know, I wanted to keep it fun, keep it light. And so it was a lot of fun to create the book, but it just also showed me how sometimes I can get in my mind about things and just go perfect, go like super, just go into action mode, even when it's not really necessary. And other things are more important or that have already been done. So it was good to see that as well. The book has been a lot of fun. You can write a book in a day. Yeah, let's do it. We are live. Here's the book. Boom.